Hey guys, Sean Zim, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. Another conversation that you're going to hear, and it's all about providing value for you. And hopefully, you're taking the information that we give you and you implement it. That's a thing that you should start doing. If you're watching things, you're reading things, and you're not implementing, it's time to make that happen. Make that change now. Couple housekeeping. Those that are popping on live, hashtag live on the replay, hashtag replay. If you are involved in and you have a business, drop a website in the comments. And during the conversation, if you agree, disagree, drop an emoji, thumbs up, thumbs down. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. We love questions. We'll get back to you as soon as we can after the live. And I want to bring on a good friend of mine. What's going on? Eric Hutton. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, Sean. Thanks for having me. How's it going?
Man, I appreciate you. I know you just got out of the sauna.
Yeah, I was gonna say apologize for the little fuzziness here, but yes, it's nice and it's nice and hot in my house. So, yeah.
It's all about being persistent, making sure that we can get things done no matter what. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I can't do this because they can't see me completely clear." And honestly, it's the message, the content that we're going to talk about is the important thing, and that needs to be clear.
Sure,
And
exactly.
Before we even get into it, Eric, can you give us an intro of who you are and what you do?
Sure. So Eric Hutton, I'm a sales manager with Annie Mac Home Mortgage. Been with the company for over 7 years now. So been with the company for a while. Been in the mortgage business since 2015. So just about 8 years. So been in it for a little while. Seen some of the ups and downs the last couple of years with the crazy market, and just here looking to work with great people like Sean, and continue to grow our businesses.
That's why we do this, man, is to help other people. And it's just building relationships. And we haven't spoken a little while. COVID messed up a lot of things. It messed up a lot of traditional ways of doing things. And a lot of things have happened. One thing that I like to do recently is I think I sent you a direct message, right? And I said, hey, we got to connect. Jump on my Calendly. Let's have a call. And we were supposed to have this, I think, a little bit ago. Life happens, and
Sure.
we had to reschedule. But we made this happen. But that's how I use social media, is to get to a conversation. And this is what I want to make sure people understand. This is where we build relationships. This is where we're able to take things to the next level, not just buying leads. Do you agree, disagree?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big buyer of leads or anything of that nature. My business is built upon relationships, like you said. So, real estate partners, attorneys, title companies, insurance professionals, you name it, right? Those are the people involved in a real estate transaction. And that's where, I'm able to build relationships with people that see value in what I do and want to work with me, right? So at the end of the day, I'm not bashing anybody that buys leads or anything like that, but it's not necessarily, my business model, which is primarily just building relationships and providing value.
And while we're doing that, and I want to pause for 1 second. Eric said a valuable word, and it's value. Value is something that everyone should be giving. It's not, hey, do you have an opportunity for me to, do a pre-approval? Or for my case, is there something I can quote for you? It's how can I help you grow your business? It should be coming out when they're having a conversation. And what are some ways that you're helping, for example, your real estate agents out there? What are some valuable tips, strategies, tools that you might provide for them?
Sure. So, I mean, a couple of things. One of the great things about my team specifically, I work out of an East Brunswick office for Annie Mac. And with my team, we have really great support staff. So you don't only just have myself, but you have a whole team at your disposal. So we have, great loan partners and business development people in my office that work hand in hand with realtors that help them with different marketing strategies, helping with videos, helping with anything you could think of that maybe the realtor doesn't have a ton of time or experience dealing with. We can kind of come in and almost be like not your personal admin, but to some level kind of come in and help with certain things that you're just either lacking on or don't have a ton of time to put attention into. So we're really big on holding hands with realtors and and just seeing what their pain points are and seeing how we can, can address that for them. So, when you work with me, you have a whole team that supports you as well. Even with loans, we have a whole team from my branch manager to make sure that things, go smoothly. So we're very team oriented. So, if I'm on a call with Sean and I can't pick up the phone that second, there's 3 other people that could answer your question at the same time. So you're never going to go a long stretch of time from hearing from us. From a company perspective, you may or may not have heard of a program that AndyMac is pretty unique in. They came out with close to 2 years ago now, called Cash to Keys. And it's been a real big program in the market in the last, like I said, almost 2 years. Everybody knows it's an extremely competitive market. It's very difficult getting offers accepted. It's a struggle. Clients unfortunately get discouraged and, they want to back out of the market sometimes. So with our Cash to Keys program, we're really turning a lot of clients into really strong cash backed clients. So, props to our CEO and our corporate staff that came out with that, and they kind of saw where the market was going to be able to help our clients and our real estate partners have a little bit of a competitive advantage out there, whether they're already homeowners and want to buy another house and have to sell a house, or if they're just regular first-time home buyers trying to purchase their first house. We're very creative in getting these clients qualified and coming in with a much stronger offer than just your typical, pre-approval. So I could go on and on for hours about that program, but just so you know, if you're not familiar with Cash to Keys, reach out to us. It's a great program. We back your offer with cash. It's a cash offer. When you're competing against 5, 6, 7, 10 other offers, it's going to help you stand out in this marketplace. So, we're very creative with the programs along with the support that we provide.
Now that's huge. And those that are watching, this is value that you can take and actually implement, like I talked about early on. And I appreciate hearing that because it's something that it's different. It's there. It's only been around for 2 years, and it's an opportunity to help more people. So that's definitely something to check out if you're in that market and you're looking to do that. Definitely Eric can help you with that. Eric, what are some things that you do that prepare your day? Some people, I like to find out their daily discipline. Some people, have affirmations in the morning. Some people work out. Some people sleep. I don't know. How is your day structured?
Sure. So, in the mortgage business, you can kind of put a calendar together and you never know exactly how it's going to unfold. But depending on what phone calls come in and everything like that, I'm myself a little bit more of a night person, so I seem to find that I get a lot of stuff done into the evening, just because at the end of the day, in what I do, I'm constantly on the phone, so, it's important to have some type of time blocking as well, for whether you're prospecting, whether you're, and a lot of time to get back to clients, whatever the case may be, you want to have some type of time blocking so you're not crazy just all throughout the day and then you feel like you never got anything done when it's all said and done. But for me, since I'm on the phone a lot, from 8:30 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, those couple hours at night are a great time for me to run applications and get back to certain emails and so on and so forth that weren't necessarily emergencies during the day, because when I'm not getting bombarded by phone calls, I could take that time and really concentrate and get some things done. But for as far as myself, I'm not the big, get up in the morning at 7 o'clock and go to the gym. I wish I was more, into that. I've actually tried to get more on that wavelength. My wife has been trying to get me to join the gym for quite a while, and I haven't stepped into that arena just yet. But everybody has to have some type of routine, right? Whether it is going to the gym, whether it's going for a jog in the morning, whatever the case may be, you want to have some type of routine. And I'm big on the night before, when I've kind of finished up finally for the night, whether that's 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is. I do like to list out my main priorities for the following day. I try to have some type of a plan of these are my main things I have to get accomplished in the morning, before I start any prospecting calls or, whatever the case may be. I do like to have, I'm old school. I like to have just a written out, of
Post-it
that
notes.
I need to get accomplished in the day. And then it's easy for me to track it and make sure I'm getting through that list. So I'm not there's no secret sauce with me when it comes to that. I'm a little bit more old fashioned. I'm big on just putting things on my calendar as reminders and making sure I'm not letting anything slip through the cracks. But whatever works for you.
That's true. Whatever works for you. And I'm glad that you're trying to go to the gym. I can't go to the gym. I have 4 kids. Well, 3 that live with me. I've been doing all my workouts at home. I've been just, that's what I make sure I get done. If they're falling asleep during the day or at night, I will make that work. But otherwise, going to the gym, I found it's hard. You have to drive there. You got to park. You got to go and deal with people inside the gym. Get your workout in, and hopefully nobody is there because they're going to talk to you the entire time, and then get back home. So it takes you might work out for an hour, but it's going to take you 2 hours in your day to make that happen.
Sure. And I think it just it's hard. I think once you get into a routine of going, it's a lot easier. I think that first step of actually going for whatever reason, whether maybe you're not an expert on the different exercise, and you feel like you look weird or whatever the case may be. I think the first step of just getting yourself to going is the hard part. But once you get into a routine, like anything, it becomes second nature at that point. So
routines are key. I want to know the secret sauce you have. You're on the phone all the time, right? So you have prospecting calls, you have calls that are, probably in process type of calls. You have your referral partners calling you. Those that you're making those prospecting, you're getting a lot of those no's. They're not going the right way. How do you continue moving forward on those, collection of calls you're going to go through?
Sure. So, I think early on when I first started out in this business, in the mortgage business, my first role was actually more from like a recruiting perspective. So I was helping to try to onboard, loan officers. So I learned very quickly that you're going to face a lot of rejection with that. So I tend to be a pretty talkative person. I'm not really shy when it comes to speaking. So, from that perspective, I didn't struggle, but just, getting over the mental, struggle of, that if you make 10 calls, 8 or 9 are probably going to tell you, no, they're not interested. Right. And just being able to get over that and understand that it's not personal. And, we do the same things on a daily basis. When you get 4, calls that are spam calls for some marketing thing, we do the same thing. Right. So once you see that, it's just human nature, it's just part of the business, it's a numbers game. I think you learn to not take it personal. So for me, I always, I try to make as warm of a connection as possible before I just cold call somebody. So I do leverage social media. I like to leverage social media to try to make some type of an introduction, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, whatever the case may be, and develop some type of relationship, whether it's just a couple messages back and forth or they've seen my post or whatever the case may be. So now when I'm calling them, they already know kind of what I'm calling for, and they have some name recognition already. So it's not completely just a cold call. And I think that helps more, with some of those, conversion ratios.
Love it, man. I changed. It's not a cold call. I think it's a connection call. You're going to find out the pain points. It could be a solution to their problem. So you might be in your mind calling for a mortgage, in my case, insurance, but we might not get anything, but we might recommend somebody. They need an accountant. We're going to send them to one of our accountants who is going to refer someone to us. So it's all in the circle.
Sure.
So it's not like we're failing. We're just changing the mindset that we're utilizing in our call. So I thank you for that little tip for those that are watching. And I would love to hear, what are the final thoughts that you have that anyone that's watching right now, if you've been with us for 15 minutes, you're going to gain some extra value right here.
I would just simply say, especially somebody that's in, my line of work, regardless whether you're a realtor, insurance, especially in this market, it's tough out there. So it's easy to get discouraged. Maybe your business is slower right now. Maybe you're not doing the production you want, but you feel like you're working 2 or 3 times harder. Definitely don't get overly discouraged. Don't get, lose hope on it. We have a team that I work with that, we're just about doing those, planting those seeds, as we say right now. So we're doing that now, and we may not, see the results a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. But if you lay that groundwork now, you will see results, 6 months, 9 months, a year down the road, or even sooner. And, the market is difficult. So, keep plowing away, keep dropping those seeds. And, you know, if you do the daily activities, it will lead to results. And at the end of the day, we can only control what we control, right? So at the end of the day, my goal is to always be the top 1% of what I do. So if the market says, you know, the top 1% this year is XYZ production, you know, that's great because the market enabled that, right? But in a slower year, maybe my overall production is lower, but at the end of the day, I know I'm still producing at a top 1%. So I'm doing everything in my power, you know, to just to stay at the level that I want to, right? So we can't control the market, but we can control the activities that we put in. And if you don't lose focus on that and you, you know, keep doing those daily activities, you know, you'll get to where you want to be.
Powerful, powerful, man. Those that are watching, I have all Eric's contact information, all his links in the description. Please reach out to him. Tell, you know, say that you saw him on this Connection Conversation show. That'll ease the conversation when you call and talk to him. And it's something that I want to make sure we continue to focus on growing. So if you're looking to, you know, for mortgages, real estate, definitely reach out to Eric and see what he can do for you. Talk about the cash for keys.
Cash the keys. Yep.
Cash the keys. A lot of programs that are out there, depending on what your situation. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel and also check out these other different videos, that playlist that I have. It's all about providing value. Eric, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Sean.
And I hope that everyone has an awesome rest of their day.
Take care, guys.